The Honor Flight has a long history of flying veterans to Washington, D.C. to visit their memorials. The next mission takes flight tomorrow, T-minus 22 hours exactly, tomorrow, May 13th. And here to tell us more about this is Chairman of the Honor Flight of the Bluegrass, Jeff Toki. It is a pleasure to meet you this morning.
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm really pleased to be here.
I said T-minus 22 hours.
Yes.
Are you ready?
We are ready as best as we can be, and we're really excited about tomorrow with our 84 veterans on the flight.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
So for those who just aren't familiar with this impactful trip that you do multiple times a year, how does this work and how do you guys operate?
Well, we're a non-profit 501c3 and all volunteer organization, and our goal is to fly veterans from 1941 who served to 1975, take them on an all-day expense-paid trip for our veterans to D.C. for the day.
Wow.
And we take off about 7:30 in the morning. We get back about 9:30 at night. And our goal is to make it one of the best days of a veteran's life.
Well, and we've done our station, WHS 11, we've done such a great job on doing a whole documentary series about this. And our own Brooke Hatch is going to be on the flight tomorrow. Yes, again. Yes. And so how did you first get involved with this?
I went on 2 honor flights. I went with 2 World War II veterans, 2 separate years, paid my $500 at that time to go. And it was a life-changing experience for me. I said, to be with a veteran all day long, I said, how can I get involved? And I was elected to the board and then became vice chairman and then chairman. And it's just a small thing that we can do to give back to our veterans who have given so much to all of us, so you and I could do things like this here today.
Absolutely, and I've watched bits and pieces of our special. I need to sit down and watch the hour-long presentation, and this is a very emotional trip for these veterans. It's even emotional for the Guardians who come along this trip as well.
Well, it was emotional for me, but especially your Vietnam veterans, for instance, who were told to take off the uniforms when they came home over 50 years ago. Otherwise, you're going to spit on and cussed at.
Wow.
So, and most of the veterans have never truly had a welcome, excuse me, home, because they came home either weeks or months or often a year after World War II because of occupation and so forth. So this is one thing we can do to welcome our veterans home in such a nice way. Come out to the airport and thank them for their service.
Yeah, and we're actually taking a look at some video of the welcome home. And I mean, just that alone, the welcoming, it's also an emotional experience, not just the actual trip to DC, but I mean, thousands of people show out for this.
Absolutely, and they come out, they shake their hands, they give them hugs, they have friends and family who show up. And again, not being welcome home to ever for their service to their country. This is one small thing that the public can do to come out to the airport. Anyone can come out. We encourage everyone to come out and thank our veterans. You know, they're extraordinary people. They're very humble. They don't like recognition, but they've earned the right to go on an honor flight. They've served our country. And so this is one small thing that we can do as a public and a nation, come out and thank our treasured veterans for what they've done for us.
And this is an all-expense-paid trip, and you can't do it without donations.
Yes, and what's unique about this trip is we had an anonymous sponsor step up and pay for all the veterans to go on this trip. Never had that happen before. They don't want any kind of recognition, but they said, we want to sponsor all the veterans, pay for all the veterans, and honor all the veterans who have served this country and all the veterans who serve today. Really extraordinary, but it's about $120,000 for the whole day with the plane. We have 189 people on the plane, 84 veterans, 84 guardians, and a staff with medics and so forth to take care of the veterans. So it's a fabulous day where we visit all the memorials in D.C., and we go to Arlington, watch the change in the guard, then get back about 9:30, and where they can be welcomed home by everyone here in Louisville.
It's a very quick trip, but a very impactful trip.
Very impactful, can be very emotional. We've had Vietnam veterans who never could make it to the wall. It was so emotional for them because they see names of their counterparts who were killed in Vietnam. So it can be emotional, it can be fun. At World War II, it's very glorious with the war efforts that were made. So the emotions run up and down all day long.
Absolutely. And so the waiting list for this is extremely long, too.
Yeah, World War II Korea War vets, they go on the very next flight because of their age. World War II veteran is 98 years old now, of average age. But we have about 450 Vietnam veterans who are on the list, and it usually takes 2 to 3 years. So you can imagine the Vietnam veterans tomorrow, they are so excited because some have been waiting 3 years to go on this flight.
Wow, it certainly is going to be a very impactful trip. I mean, this is really making a difference too, kind of correcting the wrongs that happened way back when.
You and I talked about that earlier. You know, there's few times in your life you can correct a wrong. And our veterans were never welcomed home the appropriate way, especially Vietnam veterans. So here's a way you can come out and welcome them home the right way.
So come on out to the airport. What time to be there?
You know, I would get out there about 8:30 or so.
Okay.
We arrive about 9:30. Takes about a half hour or so for us to come up to the TSA terminal, and it's packed. We'll have a couple thousand people here, but come out. It'll make the difference in the veteran's life, and it's life-changing for you also.
Jeff, thank you so much for stopping by.
Well, thanks for having me.
Again, to learn more, just go to honorflightbluegrass.org.